We're in the place they call the United Center in Chicago, the home of the Bulls, where today we'll be broadcasting live. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA and all its great action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. It's on the road tomorrow as the Bulls wrap up this home stretch. Looking at their performance last year, they're about where you'd expect them to be, guys. They'd like to take that next step in a positive direction here, Steve, with a win.
I guarantee you the adrenaline is already flowing for both sides. I mean, this means a little bit more to these players than just any game.
And, Steve, it means more to the fans, too. We've got an electric atmosphere in here, just like it always is when these two teams get together.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for Detroit, Monroe and Drummond there inside. Then there's Rodney Stuckey. Then it's the Dude, and it's Valentine in at the one. The Bulls shooting their first foul shot of the night.
This season has not been kind to them at the free throw line. Guys, they're only making about 71%.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
Monroe with a screen on Butler. Here's Chan.
Watch out now.
And there's a nice one-handed slam. The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Yeah, that is Showtime stuff right there. Major highlight reel material.
Here's Rose, following the bucket by the Pistons. Feeds it to Snell. Back to Rose, from past the arc. That is good. Rose has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And a lot of times his first quarter seems to dictate how big of a role he plays later on, and he's off to the good start.
Valentine passes to Chan. Screen by Monroe. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Monroe's got his second basket of the game. For the Detroit Pistons, they won their last contest, that game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And a very confident performance offensively, I think, guys, is really how this team clicks. I mean, when they're communicating and executing, sharing the ball, they're tough to beat.
And, Steve, you got to love that kind of performance on the road. I mean, to be a great team in the NBA, you have to be able to have that kind of performance in the other team's building. Really solid.
The kick out to Rose. Now the pass to Butler. And another shot. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Here's Chan. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, he had a really good look. I mean, he'll knock that down more often than not. Straight to the bucket with a nice head of steam.
Well, no reason to slow it down when there's nothing in the way.
So it's Detroit now. The Bulls getting the bucket. Drummond a screen. Off the pick.
Oh, man, that was unreal.
Mark it up.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
You know, the guys on the bench are going crazy right now at the sight of that jam.
Here's Rose after the basket by Detroit. Right wing. Snell kicks to Rose. Butler against Stuckey. Shot clock at 5. From the top of the key. Can't hit.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered.
And it's Drummond with the jam.
A surreal alley-oop that time, partner.
The pass, Clark, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
Precision at its finest.
Man, and it all had to be perfect and in precision. That's not nearly as easy as they made it look.
Here's Rose after the made shot from Andre Drummond.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I caught up with Coach Tom Thibodeau. We discussed their game plan defensively, and he mentioned that controlling Greg Monroe will be crucial. He said Monroe is a guy who can score inside, rebounds well, and his passing really sets him apart. Their offense runs best when it goes through his hands, so pressuring him and staying vigilant is essential for us. Guys, can they slow him down?
And thanks for that story, Doris. Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Laws checked in, and McDermott subbed in for Tony Snell. Passes it to Chan. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first.
reversed that one home. Now that was nice, real nice.
The agility on display.
Yeah, you love that body control.
Oh, that one had it all, guys. Power and grace. Just beautiful.
Chicago with the ball after the basket by Detroit. Moniunas kicks to Long. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
Detroit leading by 3. Valentine passes to Drummond. Here's Chan. No good on the 3. Bulls have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Inside, here's Law. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Pass to Chan. The Pistons working the ball around now. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. The dude's got 8 points.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him, and on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
Now here's Moniunas. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Clock at 6. McDermott can't get it to go. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Chan passes to Valentine. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Every time it gets scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, you got to make a defensive adjustment here, Clark. Time to collapse inside, force the ball back out on the perimeter, make them beat you from long range.
That's good.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
Pistons leading by 5. Out to the right wing. Here's Monroe. Soft touch off the glass. Monroe's got 6 points.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
Now here's Butler. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Orlando. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Here's McDermott. Detroit with the rebound. Drummond's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Chan, and he goes in for the dunk.
How much do you love to see a guy with the skill and the nerve to pull off that reverse?
Well, if it was any other player, it may be surprising, but he is just so good.
Yeah, and he will take chances. I mean, he's one of the few guys that even has that move in his arsenal, but I love the fact that he's not afraid to take it.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Pistons on top, leading by 9. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.